Oh my goodness, I swear. I unmuted this before I started and it was muted already. So let's try this again. We are going to pull from our Urban Crow Oracle. If you have not caught the interim posts for the last, I don't know, week or so, I did post up 2 new cards up there. I was pulling cards and just posting them on the community tab. So if you did not know about the community tab, if you go to the channel page, there is a little community tab, and that is often the place where I will post updates and things like that. Hello, Shannon. Thank you for pointing out the fact that the audio was off once again. It happens, guys. It's just a thing. And hello, Genevieve, because I'm pretty sure you didn't hear me say that when we started. If somebody could post a little note, the audio started about 1 minute, 10 seconds-ish or so. Just as a reminder, the card that we left off with was the commitment card. I loved this card. It had a great message. So if you did not see that, make sure you go back and read that. And then we are going to get our card for today. I'm also going to pull a card from the Soul Truth deck by Brianne Hovey. We'll get one of those. And I did pull out the Affirmator's deck, so I will pull cards for those of you who are in the chat. If you're just watching, you might want to get your name in the chat so I know you're here. And I will do that at the end. And I promise to try not to leave off without doing it. All right, let's get our card for today out of the Urban Crow Oracle. What message do we have coming out of commitment? Here it is. Ooh, and we get the Insight card, which is also, when you add up 2 and 6, also an 8. So we have a continuation of the 8 energy, but this time we have Insight. Okay. I love how, see how the crow is dropping things into the water to raise up the level of what it is he wants to get? Beautiful. I love that. All right, let's get the message from Insight. It's a pretty short one. Get that back up there again. Okay, and it says crows and ravens are problem solvers. Crows make tools and learn from each action. In this illustration, you see the crow dropping rocks into the water. After testing a couple of rocks, the crow began to understand the relationship between the stones and the water. It learned that with each rock, the water would rise, and as a result, the buoyant shrimp would rise too. Insight asks that you take the time to examine your situation, test out different strategies to gain wisdom. And when you understand the relationship between all contributing factors, you will be able to identify the actions that yield little benefit or remove obstacles that may have been in your way, and in turn, apply strategies that expedite success. And I love that, okay? Because right now, especially with the commitment card that we had last, it was us making that commitment to follow through on the things that we need to do in order to get us where we want to be, right? While we're being what it is we want to be as well. So this card is reminding us that you already have the tools in your tool basket, or the knowledge and insight to get you where you need to go. The question is, are you listening, and are you willing to make that commitment to forge ahead, right? So remember, the universe can bring you tons of opportunities every single day, but if you're not willing to take the action that's needed in order to harness that for yourself, well, you're going to see someone else with it instead. Don't let that be you, kids. Nice. I like that. All right. Let's get our Soul Truth card. Now that we're about 5 minutes in, we should start to see more people pop in. All right, let's get our question from our soul today. Here we go. Ooh, I like this question. How can you infuse more self-love and compassion into your life? Okay. Because remember, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. That is a quote by Buddha. So today's soul action is to choose one self-care action to do today. Do you need to set stronger boundaries? Meditate and listen to your heart? Speak to yourself with compassion? Focus on your strengths? Say no to something that isn't a soul yes? Maybe say yes to something you're afraid of? Let go of what you cannot control? Maybe you need to stay far away from drama and negativity, or ask for help and allow it. But how about we start with writing down 3 things you are grateful for, and make sure the first thing on that list is yourself, right? No gratitude journey is complete without the acknowledgement of who and what you are and what you are becoming. And that starts with, well, who you were been, or who you were in the past, and maybe how that past self got you to where you are now. Beautiful. And that's where that insight comes in yet again. Let's get a second question today, just because. Oop, there it is right here. And this is good. Because part of that whole self-love and compassion thing is about whether or not you're communicating your needs. And not just communicating your needs to other people, but are you communicating your needs to yourself? Because self-acknowledgement of the fact that maybe you need a little bit of self-love is definitely one of the first obstacles. Okay, so remember that your needs matter, Magic Tribe. What are you needing right now that you haven't communicated? And what are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true at all? This card is asking you to journal the answers to these questions. What are your needs? Are you saying no and yes enough based on your desires? Are you telling your full truth? Do you believe that your needs matter, and do you share them with others? Do you ask for what you want? And when you're communicating your needs, what are you resisting and with whom? What do you need in order to feel safe enough to express those needs, whether it is to yourself or to another? These are all very great questions to ask yourself, and they will offer you a lot of insight into, well, who you are, who you want to become, and maybe help you to forgive who you were in the past just a little bit. Because without that past self, you wouldn't be where you are right now. You certainly wouldn't know what you know now, right? And that helps us to make that commitment that much more solid, that commitment to maybe be a little bit happier, to try to negate the self-talk, or the negative self-talk. And the fact that this is a continuing 8 message as well tells me that these are all things that we're making changes for on a permanent basis, right? These are all lessons that we've already learned. We're just implementing them into our physical existence. So what is it that you're implementing, and how? Put it in the comment box or in the chat if you have enough time. Or just shoot me an email. I love hearing from you all too as well. All right. Genevieve, let's pull a card for you, my dear. Then we'll get one for Shannon. And if anybody else is hanging out in the interweb ethers and would like a card pulled, please get your name in the chat box. Because if it's not there, I don't know you're here. All right. Genevieve, you get the Divine Timing card today, my friend. I love this card. So the universe is asking you to remember that everything is timing and timing is everything. Gladly, you're going to release your concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. Because you're going to trust that, well, the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. Because sometimes it can take a long time to get a message to middle management, right? So whatever it is that you are approaching in life right now, Genevieve, remember that all in good time is going to be your saving grace right now. All right, Shannon. Oh, I almost had a jumper, so I know it's for you. And you get the Vitality card, Miss Shannon. I love this card. Remember that you are healthy and vital and strong. Your radiant love of life fills you with healthy, vital, and strong cells. Each cell is a warrior, and everyone has its own sword and shield. Right? It says, I dare you to try and penetrate my cellular army. Didn't think so, chump. So remember that often what you think and feel about a situation is definitely going to be the case. So if you constantly are saying that you're sick or you're tired or frustrated or you lack this or all of those negative things are going to add up and create a negative reality. On the plus side, if you're constantly staying in a state of gratitude, well, maybe not constantly, but as much as possible in this human form, then your life is going to offer you more and more things to be grateful for, right? And appreciating those things that you have also creates that same manifestation route as well. Okay. So I love that. And divine timing is always a helpful thought process to get into as well too. Sometimes we often want things for ourselves, and later on we realize how bad it is for us. So remember to follow those signs and synchronicities, everyone. So your homework, I guess, for today is to come up with those things about how you can infuse more self-love in your life. Ask yourself those questions about whether or not you're communicating your needs and see what kind of insight that will bring you. Thank you, as always, for joining me here in this space. And I will see you all again tomorrow. Be good. Be good at it. And remember, favor follows you wherever you go, as does my love. Bye now, everyone. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. And thanks again for honoring my little mental health break. It was much appreciated. Bye now.